Welcome again yet another episode of Safety Talks with Jade, whereby we bring safety issues to you and your security and as well as your health as well. And today we're talking about technology, your money and safety. And we have with us a wonderful speaker, a fintech solution guru that's going to be educating us on how you can actually save yourself instead of directly dealing with cash and money. I believe you're going to have a lot of questions on this show, and at the same time I also believe that you're going to learn a lot. I need you to stay tuned. Kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel on Jade Nigeria Limited, and also we also have our Instagram page on Jade Nigeria Limited. Please kindly drop in your comments for new topics or other things you want us to discuss. Thank you so much as you join me on this journey. Thank you. Welcome yet again to another episode of Safety Talks with Jade, where we bring health and safety issues to you. And today I have with me a wonderful person and someone I really look up to, a brother, a friend. When we talk about the tech guys, that's where the world is going to. And today I have with me Kayode abubakre, who is the CEO of EVA Financial Technology Solutions. And today we're going to talk about money, technology, and safety. I know a lot of us will be excited to hear this. You know how important we are and how our money is so important to us. Some of us, I love money a lot. I love money with all my heart. And so today, that's why we are bringing lessons that can educate us on our safety, our money, and the new digital world and technology. Thank you very much, Kayode, for being here.
Thank you, Jade.
Thank you. And so today, I have a lot of questions to ask you.
All right.
And it's basically on, like I said, I love money.
We all love money.
They're going to educate us. I want you to give us a brief, talk about yourself before we go ahead, please.
Okay. So as you earlier introduced, my name is Kayode abubakre. Right now I function as the CEO of EVA Financials, a company that seeks to help founders through its founders credit card to help them float their cash flow. And also, of course, I do a lot of other things. I have my background in engineering, so petroleum engineering to be precise. So a whole lot of other things that I do on the side to, within the ecosystem that helps me function.
Okay. But today we are relating it. I know you are a man of a lot of talents, and so from engineering to tech, financials, which is wonderful. But today we want to relate it to technology and safety. Now, a lot of people will say, oh, safety, we're talking about people's health, so it deals with human beings. But we don't understand that technology really helps us to make it easier to deal with human beings.
Yeah.
And today, why I'm particular about financials is because I know a lot of people are attached to their, what they earn,
their
money,
yeah.
And properties and all, and which still relates to you spending money.
Yeah,
and that's why we are bringing up this topic. Now, I'm going to ask you a very straight question. So before now, some few years ago, when you go to the bank, the first thing is, I want to cash out 100,000, and the cashier will tell you, take this, it's in this very wonderful nylon, this polythene bag that we are so used to. And whenever anybody sees you on the road holding that polythene bag, if they are going to greet you, they say good afternoon, sir.
Yeah,
because now you have money with you. Yeah. And it also gives you a spike of whereby you are exposed to danger because of armed robbers or people that just want to extort you of that money. So how can we explain to people that you don't necessarily have to hold cash before you transact? Some people are still archaic and primitive to these things, whereby anywhere they go to, they want to hold cash. Please educate us on that.
All right. So I think the first thing is for the government to take a proactive step to, make the campaign all out there about the cashless policy. And even with the cashless policy, so many people feel insecure that the banks will just take their money. And then, so government also should step into that place to ensure there is fair play. And then looking at people that are moving all around with cash and all that, even if you have to move around with cash, make sure it is properly concealed. Make sure you carry it very well so that people will not suspect you are carrying cash. Sometimes we might have to carry cash, right? But I would expect that we go the cashless way. And also going the cashless way, there are also so many other things that our banks can help us with. Maybe the campaigns, the mobile apps. For those that don't use mobile apps or have phones that can't use the mobile apps, we have the USSD. Maybe if USSD is cheaper, people will tend to, transact the transactions.
Looking at that, because now you've mentioned one thing that is in the heart of everybody. Now I have 1,000 naira in my account, which is my widow's mite. and that is what I am going to live on for the weekend. 1,000 naira in my account, and I wake up on a Saturday morning and I see maintenance fee, Zen Bank, GTB Bank. I don't want to call banks, but a lot of these banks have these things they do. Access Bank, and they tell me maintenance fee, SMS fee, online banking fee, and these monies are being removed. So how can you tell somebody that the woman in the market that practically that's what she does? She has that small money that she uses for her family, and you have already taken out 600 naira to wash her account with brush and soap because you called it maintenance fee. So how can you educate people to understand that this is practically not the right way? I think we have challenges from the top. So banking can be so stressful. We don't have a choice because we don't want to hold money because of insecurity.
Of course.
How can you educate people that you can do it? You don't necessarily. I know there's a job in Bitcoin and all this, but how do we educate people when there's already these problems?
Okay, I think the first thing is to understand the risk of carrying money. When you understand the risk of carrying money, and then when you compare it to how much the banks will, deduct from your account. Yes, the banks will deduct money from your account, but maybe if you try to limit the usage, there are certain things you can do, like going to cash money in bulk. So maybe I know that this week, with proper financial planning, really, this week I know I might need about 10,000, so I can go get 10,000. That's for individuals that spend money. For the market people, now we have agency banking, where they can, in their markets, they can basically go across the market, deposit their funds there, and then it's properly kept for them. Down to the issue of charging, it's a little bit expensive, I understand, to run your account, but right now it has to come from the CBN's policies, because the cost of transaction, it's a little bit on the high side. Personally, I've been looking into what we can put in place to help microtransactions. Today, you can't pay the bike guy 150 naira, say you have to board a bike or something, because of cost of transaction. They basically almost charge you as if you are moving 1,000 naira. But these are the things that the government would look into, and I think this falls on the steps of the CBN. But with the new e-naira now that they said they are bringing out, which one of the core value proposition is cheaper transaction costs. Maybe when e-naira is fully developed, we can start seeing some of these changes and start seeing, people then will start opening up to making micro payments, because it will literally be cheap. So I could literally send 100,000 or 50,000 with just 5 naira, or send 1,000 naira with about 1 naira. So that way, people will open up to, sending or making microtransactions. I'm
going to take you a little bit away from financials.
Yeah.
Now, safety deals with human beings, deals with safety of property.
Yeah, sure.
We have insurance policies, we have all these things in place. So at least insurance is not for your safety, but just to cushion the effect of what has already been done. But now, looking at technology and safety, what do you think are the measures? I know you're not only about financial technology that we can put in place to make people know that they say the last resort is PPE, which has to do with personal protective equipment. There are other administrative issues, there are engineering systems that we can put in place to keep our safety. So I'm walking into a factory. I don't necessarily need to be stopped by a security officer to know, okay, what are you holding? There should be some systems in place.
Sure.
So please, can you educate us on that?
Sure. Yeah. So in line with what you've described, nowadays we have artificial intelligence, we have the increase in robotics. These systems are unmanned systems that basically scan you, detect whatever you're holding, if it's in line with the safety policy of the organization, and it can admit entrance or deny you entrance. So these are one of the things that we are seeing. And also with the issue of safe and fast emergency response. So coming up now with the issue of big data, analyzing previous occurrences and seeing where and how we can come into play, and how frequent a place is prone to accidents. We can set up, automated safety systems to help people manage incidences when they occur. Again, is the unmanned systems, because these systems can help to remind us, can help to guide us, and also can, give us direction as to what to take in the events that this happen. And when you're looking at your homes, now we have CCTVs that are connected over the internet. We have alarm systems we can basically trigger from a remote location. You also have remote logs, things where you can get real-time online reports about, let's say, a facility that is empty, but it can be fully manned by robots where they take measurements, the room temperature, ambient temperature, they check the engines, even to engines. Nowadays, we have cars that are fully electric, where they have a lot of sensors that measure different things when your tire is down, when the oil level is down, and even to if maybe you're speeding beyond speed limit. So these are some of the things that when you bring it back into any industry, manufacturing, automobile, just any, you have the same application to help you get faster response and then get enough data to make a quicker decision.
So you would agree that digital is the new age?
Of course, of course.
And people are still anti-digital, so they are still finding it difficult to reckon with. So it's as much as if you don't go with what the world is going with, you might actually be risking yourself as well.
Yes, of course, because of possibly everything we now do is digital. From even cars are now very, very high tech with bicycles too.
About 6 years old, and I was going to enter the bank for the first time, and you are requested to press a button to go into the that door,
the box, yeah.
It was like I was, instead of me going, I was knocking the door.
Yeah,
so imagine a primitive woman from the village that does not understand that these things are for security. She get angry and say, why are they not opening the door? And so I think one of the issues we also have here is that we don't have a lot of communication systems.
Yes.
We don't get to teach people about these things.
Yeah, I would say sensitization.
Exactly.
Yes.
There's no awareness about these things. So awareness on, okay, if you are going into a room now with the new COVID, you are required to enter into somewhere that has this whole sanitizer and all that.
Yeah.
But some people still find it offensive to do all these things. So how can you relate that?
So as you earlier said, it's an issue of communication. So you would when you get into a factory, the first thing they do is to give you a PPE, right? Your gadgets, and then they walk you through why you are asked to wear this. Let's say a construction site, right? They give you the reflective jackets, they give you all you need, they give you the helmet, and some also go to the extent of telling you why you should have all those things, even with your boots. So I think the same thing should be done with every other place. So I'm getting into a factory or a place for the first time. Maybe a short video explaining why and what I should do, why I should do it and all that. Like if you get on a plane, the air hostess or whosoever is there walks you through the safety gadgets, how to wear it, your seatbelt, when the pressure is low, where to press so that the pressure, this thing drops, and then you put it on your nose and all that. Same way, because you have that information already, when the issue comes, you are able to go through the issue without that feeling of something has been done, or why are they doing this and all that. So once we have enough awareness, people understand the process they have to go through, I think people will begin to shape up.
Sorry, we have this challenge on corruption.
Yeah.
Nigeria has a whole corruption, and we are trying to bring in anti-bribery safety.
Okay.
So whereby, let's imagine the security officer, when you are coming into an office, the first thing is, Oga, this thing you have for us, or what?
Yeah, sure.
So there's no direct contact between the security officer and this person. They are polar systems.
Yeah.
They are crepes, whereby when you are coming into an organization, this thing stops you, is automated. You don't necessarily need to speak to somebody.
Yeah.
And you can be searched even through the
Yeah.
I don't know what they call it now, but this routine
security doors or security scanners.
Without somebody being there.
Yeah.
So how can we educate organizations to put this in place? Because some of them are still having challenges. We just need to put people there to, and sometimes relating to people directly can cause conflicts,
Yeah.
can cause
Yeah.
issues. Maybe
Yeah.
we don't agree on it.
Yeah.
But if it's an automated system that is talking to you, you don't necessarily need to fight with anybody. You
Yeah.
do what the system
Yeah.
says,
Yeah.
and it does not go. So how can we advise people to take these things? Because it's going to reduce a lot. There's a whole lot that the machine is doing that the person won't do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you don't do it, it won't allow you to. So you have no choice than to do it.
I think the first thing in technology adoption is usually slow. So let's get that. The second thing also is value. Everyone will get what is valuable to them. The question then is for most organizations is this valuable to us right now? So we must be able to communicate value to them when we take those systems to them. Again, is cost. So most organizations with everything that is happening, dollar increase, sales due to COVID has gone down and all that. So every organization is trying to look at what's the best way to cut costs. So if we are exact, of course, because they are not aware.
If you feel safety is expensive, try accident.
Of course.
Because now they want to. Is this what you just mentioned is a problem from the air?
Yeah.
So they tell you, safety doesn't add any value to us. So
that's
why should we spend money?
That's the thing.
So I think the whole problem is we need to let them know these things are
compulsory for you. So before going ahead, to sell, maybe I would rather say let's learn to communicate value. When we communicate value, then we are not only introducing the product, but we are making them see that if you have this system, it cuts away this amount, this burden from your security men and all that. Maybe even let's say for a bank, and then you are telling them, like what the security does is doing to the bank now. I'm sure when someone brought up the idea, some persons would have kicked back. But when the issue of robbery and all that was on the rise, then they thought it wise to get those scanners into their organization. So that's the same thing. Let's not go with the mind of selling safety. Let's go with the mind of making people see value. When people see value, then everyone wants value. Everyone wants to be secure. Everyone wants to be in a place where they understand that their security is guaranteed or assured. So if you do that, people will be able to see that value, and then they will get these products. But if we are not doing that, then it becomes very hard for people to see the value.
I would like to say it's been a very exciting moment because there are some things that I have learned from you as well. But we both agree that technology is the new age.
Yeah,
and
sure.
So we need to make sure that we're not just practicing safety as behavioral, just to meet people. We also need to encourage people on new knowledge of technology and also increase their skills. So there are three ways to which you can learn is knowledge, skill, and attitude. So we're working with their attitude as well. We should also do technology is key as well. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Jade.
And I really appreciate your time. I know when we have Eva fully on, we are going to invite you because you give us a lot of money.
Yeah, we would love to come and we would love to talk about Eva.
We're looking forward to that money as well.
All right.
That money. The money is
No
very
problem.
important.
No problem.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Jade, for having me.
Thanks for having me. So yes, again,
all right.
Please kindly subscribe on our YouTube channel, Jade Nigeria Limited. We're also on Instagram, Jade Nigeria Limited. We're also on Facebook, Jade Nigeria Limited, and other platforms as well. I believe that we'll continue to bring in as much safety talks to you every time. And please speak to us. Whereby you can also drop comments on the comment section. Tell us topics you want us to come up with, so that we have you in mind. We want to add value to you. We want you to be the reason why we are here. Thank you very much for having me. Yet again, my name is Jade Sola. Thank you so much. Thank you.